All right, good morning, everybody. Two interesting assignments today. The first one should be fairly quick, reminiscent of your days in preschool, but we're just stacking blocks. And there's a key command to this, which is 3D align. So many of you have already kind of run into problems where you're trying to align objects in 3D space, and it can be difficult, especially if your objects are oddly rotated. So here I have a block that is quite askew and this pyramid. So say I want to align this pyramid on this block. So we run our 3D align command. And first thing it's going to ask us here in our bar is to select the object that we're going to want to align. So I'm going to put my pyramid on top of my box. So I'll select that. And now the first thing that it's asking me for is my base point. And these are going to be the points that it's basically going to touch. So I want to take, say, this point right here on my pyramid, and I'm going to want it to align perfectly with this point on my box. So I'm going to hit that point first. Then it's going to ask me for my second point, and I'm just going to select my other point along my axis down here, and then my third point will be this point here. So I've now selected my 3 points on my pyramid here, and now I need to select 3 points on my destination object. So the first point I'm going to select is these 2 points that I wanted to have touching. So I'm going to click there. So now those 2 points you can see are locked. And now my second point can be anywhere along just this axis. So even though my pyramid isn't going to touch my box at this point, I just want it to be perfectly aligned along this edge. So all I really need to do is click on anywhere on this edge, but I like to click right on the end point here because that's a nice snap point. So now you can see my objects, my 2 objects are sort of glued right along this edge here, and as I move my mouse around, it's snapping the different points here. So now I'll select my third point, which is right here. And now we can see that those objects are now perfectly aligned the way I wanted them to be. So 3D align, you first select your object, then you're going to select your kind of base point, and then the 2 axis points, and then you'll work with your destination object, again selecting a base point, and then your 2 different axes from there, and that should align them perfectly. So it takes a little practice, but after the block exercise, you should have it down. Any questions on 3D align?